Okay, let's unpack this. We've been poring over, just mountains of expert notes, advanced analytics, all the predictions for what is really one of the most compelling matchups of the weekend.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh Steelers facing the Houston Texans.
It's a fantastic matchup.
So today, our mission is a true deep dive. We're going to cut through the noise, and really isolate the absolute consensus and maybe more importantly, the conflicting views on how the Steelers can possibly win this.
Right.
It really all hinges on a clash of eras, of expectations, and it's all framed by two quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers, the veteran, and C.J. Stroud, the phenom, who's been a little volatile lately.
And what's so clear from the source materials, this isn't some high-level, theoretical discussion. It's granular. It's specific.
Very specific.
It's a study in protection versus just relentless pressure. And, how that sustained high-level experience stacks up against, this immense youthful potential that might be sputtering a bit.
And the experts have laid out these precise blueprints, like what each quarterback must do.
Or maybe what they must not do to make sure they aren't the reason their team loses.
Let's jump right into that, Ben. The most physical, the most fundamental demand placed on the Steelers, the experts use this really great visceral language for it.
Oh, yeah.
They're demanding what they call meat and potatoes from the offensive line.
That phrase, it perfectly captures what's required here. It's the order of protection. You can have the greatest quarterback to ever play the game, but if that foundation fails, the whole thing just collapses.
The entire structure.
And the analysts are unanimous on this. This game is, and I'm quoting, the biggest test for the Steelers' offensive line all season long.
And let's elaborate on why. Because the threat Houston is bringing is, frankly, terrifying.
It is.
The sources call them an absolutely tenacious, relentless front. We're talking about Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. Together, they have, 27 sacks?
27. It's a mind-boggling number. That's not just a statistic. It creates this psychological pressure on the entire offense.
Yeah, I can imagine.
The experts didn't pull any punches. They said it's like sharks in blood-infested waters.
Oh, wow.
So if you're an offensive lineman, that means every single play, run, or pass is just max effort. You are fighting for survival out there.
So this meat and potatoes approach, what does that actually look like on the field? Does it just mean, brute strength?
It means simplifying, absolutely. Focusing on power. It means total commitment to your gap, preventing any penetration. It is about winning those one-on-one battles in the trenches.
Because if Anderson and Hunter get into the backfield,
it's over. The pocket collapses and the entire game plan is worthless.
And they have to protect that guy. Aaron Rodgers is 41 years old. The analysis is blunt. He, quote, ain't running nowhere.
Not a step.
He has that quick release, which helps. But if they want to get the ball to their playmakers, especially with DK Metcalf back,
they need time.
They need those precious seconds.
Yeah.
They need to be able to throw the ball downfield.
Exactly. If the defense can force him into just 3-step drops and checkdowns, they won. Pushing the ball downfield to Metcalf requires a clean pocket that holds for 4, maybe 5 seconds.
Which feels like an eternity against that rush.
It's everything. And here's the crucial insight from the sources. Rodgers himself is the last person they're worried about. When he struggled earlier this year, they agree it was because of the others.
The receivers, the protection.
Mostly the protection. If the offensive line does its job, the rest of the plan can actually work.
Okay, so let's transition. Assuming the O-line does hold up, let's talk about Rodgers. The bar the analysts set for him is just incredibly high. They're asking for a virtuoso performance.
Nothing less.
He has to, quote, turn the hands of time back.
And they gave us a very specific benchmark for that. February of 2011 when he was playing against us in Dallas.
Okay, so that's the Super Bowl. Super Bowl XLV. He completely shredded the Steelers in that game.
That's the one. So that wasn't just a great game, that was an MVP performance. Flawless command under the brightest possible lights.
So that's the expectation, perfection.
Total command. He has to control the game's tempo, minimize every mistake, which, to be fair, is what he did last week.
And it's not just the throws, right? It's the leadership. The sources say he's been this incredible mentor all year.
Exactly. Using that experience in the huddle. You hear about him telling Kelvin Austin, go cook him, go make a play.
We're telling Kenneth Gainwell to run a go. He's seeing a weakness and exploiting it.
That's the veteran QB. He sees the whole board. He's basically telling his guys, I trust you, beat your man, and the ball will be there. DK Metcalf has to go out and beat Stingley and Leiser. He just has to.
And here's where it gets really interesting. This is why the experts seem to favor the Steelers in this quarterback matchup. Rodgers isn't just, a memory. He is on a phenomenal hot streak right now.
The stats are there to back it up.
Get this. In the last 5 games, he's 4-1. He's averaging 267 yards, completing 67% of his passes.
Which is incredibly efficient.
With 5 touchdowns and not a single interception. 0. He has been playing elite, mistake-free football.
And that streak is the foundation. It's why they have a chance. The sources basically say if he plays like he did against the Ravens last week, the Steelers can win this game. They probably will win this game.
It brings us back to the intangibles then. Why do they prefer him at 41 in this high-pressure game?
It's that emotional ballast. He has this calm, cool, and collective demeanor. He's a calming presence.
The Rock.
He is the Rock when the crowd is roaring and the defensive line is hunting you. He's a superior veteran, a Super Bowl champ, multiple MVP. The key insight is this, right? There's never a moment that's too big for him.
And that calmness, that ability to just operate under all that pressure, it's priceless.
Especially when you look at the other side.
That's the perfect pivot. Let's shift to the Texans because they're bringing tension from 2 completely different directions. First, that defense. The experts are calling them a potential Super Bowl contender, pretty much because of the defense.
The defense is, quote, real. They are physical, but they also use these really sophisticated zone pressures. And it's not just the front. The secondary has absolute ball hawks in Kamari Laces and Derek Stingley Jr.
So it's pressure up front and guys who will make you pay for a bad throw on the back end.
It's a nightmare combination. It's why if Rodgers holds the ball for just a fraction too long, it could be a disaster.
But here's the tension. This championship-level defense is being held back. The sources say the Texans' offense has been sporadic at best.
And that's despite the team winning 12 of their last 14 games.
Right, and their young quarterback, C.J. Stroud, he missed 3 of those.
So the implication is pretty clear. The defense has been carrying this team. They're winning in spite of the offense, not because of it.
So their defensive game plan against the Steelers has to be about maximizing that strength, right?
100%. Make the Steelers one-dimensional. Force Rodgers to just drop back and throw every down. Take away the play action, because when he can run play action, he controls everything.
And we should acknowledge, the Texans' offense is facing a pretty good defense, too. Cameron Hayward, T.J. Watt.
Not to mention Jalen Ramsey, Chuck Clark, Kyle Duggar. This is a battle of defensive tight ends.
It really is. But the variable, the thing that could swing it all, is the quarterback dynamic. Which brings us, finally, to C.J. Stroud.
The other side of the coin.
Exactly. The experts ultimately prefer Rodgers here because of experience, but Stroud has shown flashes of just, pure brilliance this year.
And his strengths are really clear. When he's protected, when he can see the field, he is deadly in between the numbers. He's one of the most accurate and efficient quarterbacks in the league in that intermediate range.
And he's got weapons. Jordan and Willie Marks in the backfield, Nico Collins and Higgins out wide.
If that version of the Texans offense shows up, the efficient, confident Stroud from early in his career, they are almost impossible to stop.
But there's a big but here. There's this genuine anxiety around Stroud right now in the source material. They suggest he was a victim of his rookie year success.
It's a fascinating psychological point.
Everyone just expected this straight upward line, But the commentary says he hasn't looked the way that he looked at the very earliest part of his career.
And that's the thing. When a young player just explodes like he did, the external expectation sets this new, maybe even unattainable baseline. He was so good that now, when he's just playing well, it's seen as a letdown.
And that pressure must create some mental hurdles.
It has to. And it seems to be where the real issue lies. The errors we're seeing aren't just physical, they seem to be mental, born from that pressure, maybe some hesitation.
What's the specific on-field concern with him lately?
The biggest thing is that he has, at times, put the ball in jeopardy. He's made throws where the analysts are left asking, what was that?
The dreaded what was that throw.
Exactly. Poorly advised decisions under pressure.
Yeah.
Trying to make a big play happen when he should just take the check down or, throw the ball away and live to fight another down.
So if Rodgers is being asked for a virtuoso performance, what's the ask for Stroud?
It's incredibly tempered. The ask is, just don't lose the game for us.
Wow, that's a huge contrast.
It's not about a great dynamic game. The mandate is to manage the clock, protect the football, and let your championship-level defense go win it for you. Stroud just has to not sink the ship.
And he has to do that on the road in what's going to be an extremely loud and raucous environment.
Yeah, his composure is going to be tested. He hasn't faced this kind of sustained high-level pressure that Rodgers just, eats for breakfast.
That lack of composure, that wavering confidence, that could be the whole game right there.
It could be the tipping point. If he puts the ball in jeopardy against the Steelers' defense, it doesn't matter how good the Texans' defense is.
So pulling it all together for you, the listener, the game really seems to hinge on one physical prerequisite.
Yeah.
Can the Steelers' O-line deliver that meat and potatoes performance?
And can they negate that superior Houston defensive front?
And then, the big question, can Aaron Rodgers' unmatched veteran experience in his current hot streak outperform the incredible potential and the recent volatility of C.J. Stroud?
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, you see why the quarterback position can sometimes be the one thing that holds a really dynamic team back. The margin for error is just zero.
One bad decision.
One bad decision, one failed protection that leads to a turnover, and the entire game plan, offense and defense, just unravels. The sources are pretty clear that the Texans' margin for error at quarterback is much, much smaller than the Steelers right now.
And they've made it clear that while Rodgers can be the virtuoso, his supporting cast, that meat and potatoes offensive line, the receivers, they have to match his intensity. If they show up, the Steelers have a fantastic chance.
Which leaves us with a final provocative thought for you to explore. We talked about Stroud being a victim of his rookie year success. What does that really tell us about the career of any young athlete who sets an almost superhuman standard right away?
Is that kind of ascent always linear?
Exactly. Or does the intense pressure of that external expectation inevitably lead to a moment of doubt? A period of, as the sources called it, sporadic performance that forces a kind of mental reset. We're watching raw potential slam into the wall of relentless, sustained expectation.
Something to think about long after the final whistle. An excellent thought to end on. Thank you for diving into the source material with us on The Deep Dive.
We'll be watching.